Hey, it's Mike here from Blast Process. Today we're going to take a look at SEAL Team 12. Now this is an Xbox Live Arcade indie game and it's made from the guys at Social Lunar Studios, so make sure you check them out. The game is also out on the PC, but today we're going to be taking a look at the Xbox version. The game itself is basically a top-down, up-scrolling twin-stick shooter. You play as a Marine who's a member of the SEAL Team 12. Basically, they've been given the job to destroy Guard. Now, this is an evil organisation set out to destroy the world, who's basically also giving away free socks. So if you join today, you'll get a free pair of socks. We all love socks, and we all need socks, so that's pretty good.
God wants you.
God had ninjas build a weather machine.
So along the way, the Guardians of Devastation, there's plenty of different enemies to meet along the way. You got your standard Marines that will just run directly at you pretty much, but then you got the Juggernauts who have got the bigger armor and the bigger weapons. You also come across some quite unique different enemies as well. There's some seals out there, seals with guns. Yep, seals with guns. So there is some water in the levels, but obviously the seals, they don't tend to come out of the water too often. There's also a couple of different ones like ninjas. They're pretty tough along the way. They'll pop in and out, disappear and flank you. So they're always good to battle against. To battle against these guys though, you've got a couple of different weapons. You've got machine guns, shotguns, rocket launchers. You'll also come across a tank to drive. That's pretty cool. I wish there was a couple more vehicles, but it's still cool that they included a vehicle to drive in. You can play the game in co-op as well, so you don't just need to play it on your own. Although I quite find that the single player actually worked pretty well. A lot of the time the computer AI wasn't actually with you, which actually was a good thing, because when he was with you he didn't seem to do much. He just kind of ran around and got in the way a little bit, but he's only there the odd 2 levels or so it doesn't really affect the gameplay as much. Talking about the gameplay, the game itself is so much fun. It's just an enjoyable experience. The levels, they constantly change as you go through as you progress through the game, so it's never really anything the same. You still gotta kill the standards marine huts where they all spawn from, but the level design was really cool. There's different elements as well, so if you walk through the water, that'll slow you down, so especially in these type of games you've really got to watch where you're walking, because obviously there's that many bullets flying at you. But there's not too much going on at screen, so it kind of warms you into it, but then you don't want to get too hesitant, because there will be times where they'll get a lot harder. So it's good how they've mixed up. It's not just a frag or a bullet fest. One of the weapons that you will need to keep an eye on though is the grenades, because there's always enemies up high above you, and there's no way to get to them apart from you got a grenade. So you got to make sure you store them grenades and use them when it's the most viable. There is stuff boxes that they call them, which is little ammo boxes laid out around the maps. They'll carry ammo or health or different guns, but they do spawn different items each time, so it's not always going to be the same ones. So you can't just rush forward and pick up it and expect it to be health, because it might not always be that. There is, because of the way it works with the spawning of the weapons and the ammo, sometimes you do get airdrops, but the times when I played it I didn't actually need them, because I already killed all the enemies by the time I got to that airdrop. But it's still cool to see that they had the airdrops in there. As you can see, the game's a stunner. It looks and looks fantastic. I didn't really find any problems at all. There was no real slowdown or players getting stuck or juddery. The computer AI, they seemed to know what they were doing as well. I mean, obviously they do like try and shoot you through the wall sometimes, but you gotta try it, haven't you? But overall, this, as for an Xbox Live indie game, this is only 80 Microsoft points. So that's like what, £1 or so. It's absolute bargain. You definitely gotta have a look at this game.
Why? My job is never done.